What we know is that research shows us that there's a growing population of people experiencing MCI. And so our aim is to be with people for at least 1 year in the program. So today, Tina is going to share part of her program with us. And so I'll go ahead and pass it on to Tina. Go ahead and clear out a space in the room so you'll have a little bit of room to move around. And because it's neuroprotective, we're excited to be here and share the practices with you today. Tina, go ahead. Welcome in.
Okay, thank you, Megan. And thank you for joining us today. Welcome to CEP Live. And thank you for joining us on our Tai Chi journey. And as Megan said, make sure that you're comfortable. Let's begin by making sure that you have enough room around you, 4 feet in either direction, and that you're wearing comfortable clothes. If you have a belt on or tightness, you might want to just undo the belt, or take the belt off and undo the buttons on your pants, because we're going to be doing a lot of breathing. At the core of what we're doing is the breath that moves the blood. It's the blood that moves the energy. And these exercises are all about generating and moving the energy through the body. Now, why would we want to do that? Mainly because it's energy that heals, okay? Whether it's the energy we get from the food we eat or the company we keep or the exercises we do, this energy that we generate through our breathing, our focus, and our movement allows the blood to flow and carries the energy to the area of the body where it's most needed to heal. We don't even have to know what that area is. We just have to, again, focus, because wherever the mind goes, the energy goes. Breathe to keep the energy moving, and most importantly, just enjoy our movements as we go through them. So if you are more comfortable sitting, please do that. You can follow from a sitting position as well. But Tai Chi incorporates the entire body, as you'll see. So let's go ahead and get started and begin our warm-up. The way we learn in here is simply by following. So just stand comfortably, and let's go ahead and space the feet. And begin by circling the ankle. Now, as I mentioned, there are 3 things that you want to keep in mind as you go through these exercises. And really, these are the only 3 things that you want to keep in mind, because you don't want to think about other things right now. You want to make sure that you're breathing. And more we coordinate the breath and the movement so that they don't fight. So you can move with ease. Never any force, never any hurry. And let's space our feet. Whatever we do on one side, we want to do on the other for balance. So we're breathing, we're focusing. As I mentioned, wherever the mind goes, the energy goes. So we want to keep the energy in the body to feed the body. So we let the mind rest. We let the mind rest simply on the feeling and the movement. Again, not thinking about other things. What we're doing now is called opening the gates. Based on traditional Chinese medicine, the energy should flow like a river through your body. So we begin by opening up the joints or the gates to allow that energy to flow even more successfully. So as you circle the knees, begin to feel how everything's connected. In order to circle the knees, we've got to relax the hips in the hip socket, pushing into the earth to create the momentum. Let's go ahead and circle up and take the deep cleansing breath into the soles of the feet, letting the body expand like the balloon. And as we exhale, we let the exhalation move us in the opposite direction. Whatever we do in one direction, we do in the other. Relaxing the hips, the lower back, the glutes, everything connected. So let's go ahead and space the feet. And we're going to let the torso hang like the rag doll. Knees are soft, loose to the fingertips, chin on the chest. We create the momentum always by pushing into the earth. But this time we let the torso hang like the rag doll. And we're going to focus on the tip of the coccyx, pushing up slowly. We're going to stack the vertebrae one on top of the other. Coming to a vertical position. Now, one of the essentials of Tai Chi is relaxation of the waist. We always have 3 circles, the lower, the middle, the upper circle. And although these circles may be moving at a different pace or in a different direction, they always support each other. So we're going to shift the weight, pushing into the earth, relax the waist, the middle circle. And like the marble rolling in a saucer, we're just going to shift the weight and using our inner focus. Notice where we might be holding tension, still, and let the muscles, tendons, ligaments yield, as if the body were connected internally by rubber bands. So we're moving, we're breathing, and as we move, we're always feeling our way through each movement so that we always are seeking balance, never overextending, never underextending, finding the middle way. Let's go ahead and circle to center. Go ahead and take that deep cleansing breath, body expanding. And exhaling, let's go back one more time, relaxing the shoulders, upper back, the chest, everything connected. Shift the weight, relax the waist. And this time, as we circle to center, again, we're going to let the torso hang. Relax the jaw and push into the earth, stacking the vertebrae, using your inner focus, your inner awareness, all the way up through the shoulders, through the neck, to a vertical position. All right, as I mentioned, empty to full. Another essential of Tai Chi, like pouring water from one glass to another. But notice, as we cross our center of gravity, naturally the body's going to sink down. So we don't want to even resist that. We're breathing, allowing the muscles to yield in the thigh and the groin and the glutes, not even fighting gravity. So this time as we shift, we're going to relax the arms to the fingertips, as if we were being blown from side to side by the wind. Loose to the fingertips, empty to full. Looser and looser, soft, no force. And breathing. And let's go ahead and gradually, we're going to unwind back to center. All right, and take a few seconds and standing comfortably, go ahead and monitor your body to see if hands on the dantian for women, left over right, for men the opposite. And as you stand with the feet open and the knees soft, and the tip of the coccyx tucked and the crown towards the heaven, just monitor your body to see if you're still holding tension in any particular area. For most people, it might be the jaw, holding the molars clamped, or the chin jutted, or the head at a slant, or the shoulders shrugged. All of the habits that we develop over the years, or the tightness here in the center of the abdomen as you focus. Okay, so we want to be soft inside and loose outside. If you think about the baby that's sleeping on its back, as the baby breathes in, the whole body expands. As it breathes out, the whole body contracts. So just notice how chi presents for you, whatever that feeling might be, feeling of being more alive, a feeling of a warmth, or the feeling of a tingle or a pulsation, whatever it might be, that's where we're going to let the mind rest as we go through our movements. Okay, let's continue. We're going to space the feet a little, and we're going to shift the weight, sinking down, extending up, drop the shoulder, look behind, hold it, only as long as it takes for you to feel a change in the energy. As we come back around, we're going to breathe in, sinking down, extending up, relax that rib cage, let it open like the accordion, and continue back and forth at your own pace, using your inner focus to yield. Breathing in, sinking down, extending up, breathing out. Empty to full. And this time, as we shift to center, we're going to let the arms float up to float down. Head floats forward, arms are loose to the fingertips like ropes hanging off the shoulder. Relax the jaw, make sure your knees are soft, the legs are not locked. We're going to shift, and this time we're going to allow the head to roll like a marble in the slot, ear to shoulder, and back. Always breathing. And notice where the mind is. Relax the jaw. And let's go ahead, and this time we're going to circle back to center. Again, torso hanging. And push into the earth. Let the arms float up. Embrace the energy from heaven and let it shower down over the body, staying engaged with the feeling, with the head, chest, the front of the body, down to fill up the shoes, and stand comfortably, crown towards the heaven, allowing the energy from heaven to move through the crown, through the head, the neck, the chest, to the dantian, up through the soles of the feet, through the legs, through the hips, meeting the heavenly energy at the dantian. As we stand and breathe, we're perfectly balanced between the two. Just focusing on the feeling, cultivating the energy. And float down. Okay, let's go ahead and loosen a little bit more. We're going to row the boat. Again, this is one warm-up that will show you again the integration of the body, how everything is connected. So let's go ahead and we're going to pivot, turning on an angle. We're going to shift towards the toe to free the opposite leg, to root. Whichever leg is forward, that's the arm on top. And rolling from heel to toe, and make sure you find your balance if you step too narrow or too wide. And roll from heel to toe, and we're going to put the oar in the water. Crown remains towards the heaven, even as we shift forward and back. Sinking into the legs, arms are like ropes hanging off the shoulder. And we're breathing, rowing the boat. Using internal awareness to be soft inside, loose outside. Breathing. Pushing into the earth to create the momentum, not using our external large muscles. Engaging them, but not leading with them. And this time, as we shift forward, arms float up to float down, and we're going to let the momentum carry us forward to root, other leg. Roll from heel, other arm on top. Loose fist. We don't want to create tension, we want to release it. So let's do the other side. And this time, as we shift forward, again, we're going to let the momentum bring us forward. And arms float down, letting the momentum make us step up to float down. Okay? And take a few seconds, standing comfortably. Again, feet open like the ducks, knees are soft. Tip of the coccyx tucked forward like we're sitting on a high stool, crown towards the heavens. And let's cultivate the energy simply by focusing on the feeling. We make it bigger. And arms float down. Let's continue. We're going to challenge our balance a little. We're going to space the feet. And as we shift, as one hand descends, the other ascends, extended for balance. We tap to root, to shift, to punch. Okay? You can mirror me and just follow. Find your balance to step back. Arms are just simply circling, extended, to tap, to root, to shift, to punch. We sit back, naturally we sink down. The closer we are to the earth, the more balance we have. Breathing, always breathing. Even though we shift, crown is always to the heavens. And let's do one more. And sit back, arm floats up. We step back to step down. All right. So, in order to feel our way through each of the movements with balance, whenever we're moving, we want to keep the eyes open because this will affect our balance. Okay. When we're standing and cultivating the energy, we can close our eyes. And keeping the head up, i.e., keeping the crown towards the heaven, will also assist in achieving balance. But more importantly, we want to make sure that we never move any faster than we can breathe comfortably or feel balance. Sometimes we're ahead, sometimes we're behind. It really does not matter. Okay, so let's go ahead and float down. One of the first Qigong forms, and remember, Tai Chi is Qigong because it's all about generating and moving energy. But one of the first Qigong or short forms that we've done, it was the 6 animal form. So let's go ahead and go through the 6 animal frolic, standing comfortably. Again, if you don't remember the movements or have never done it, all you have to do is follow, breathe, focus, and balance. Okay? So go ahead and take the deep cleansing breath. And exhaling, sink into the legs for balance. Transfer the weight to separate the feet, shoulder width apart. And rocking gently forward, arms float up to float down. We're going to roll to the balls of our feet and become the deer. And the deer looks out 360 degrees at the perimeter of the forest. Go ahead and let the spine twist, the shoulder drop, looking behind, and push down. Empty to full, relax the waist. Using our internal focus, yielding. And think about the nature of the animal as well. Arms float down to float up, to float forward. Bending at the wrist, we bring the energy to the tips of the fingers, stretching out, looking out as we breathe. We become the tiger. Breathing as it stalks its prey. Now, relax the hands and the arms as you push into the earth to let the torso hang forward. And then the chest, pushing down. Stacking the vertebrae, arms release. See if they float up as if floating on water. And we become the crane, arms extended as it flies through the heavens. Knees are soft, arms float forward. We become the monkey. The shy monkey tucks its tail. At the same time, reaching out to offer food. Push down, hands come back towards the chest to separate. Elbows down, sinking into the legs. We extend to the heavens. The bear guards the cave. Arms float down, feeling for balance. As they approach the side of the body, we push in to create the momentum. Legs are straight, palms turn out. And we're going to let the tail of the phoenix point towards the heaven as it drinks from the river, face towards the floor. And as that tail slowly floats down at the same time, the torso floats up. Knees soft, arms float up to float in, palms turn down. As the arms flow down, the legs extend. We're going to shift the weight, feeling for balance, and step in, arms and legs together. Now stand comfortably and cultivate the energy. Just focusing on the feeling. We feel the chi moving even more now. We feel the river moving through the body. Just enjoy the feeling. Okay, and great. Now, as far as our breathing is concerned, most of the time we're breathing from here to the bottom of the lungs. But we want to be able to increase our breathing capacity. So we want to breathe from here into the dantian. So let's just do a short breathing exercise to see where we're at. And we don't want to use force, but we do want to recognize when we're holding tension, when we're basically in the way. So we want to get out of our own way. And so standing comfortably, knees soft, tip of the coccyx tucked, we're going to do some wave breathing. If you think about the waves at the shore, the waves go out as we breathe in, and nothing tells the waves when to come back. It's just the energy changes and they come back as we breathe out. So loose, expanding, not tightening, and contracting, noticing how natural it is as we expand to breathe in, as we breathe out to contract. Plenty of air, enjoy as much of it as you can. Relax to breathe in. And every time we breathe out is the opportunity to release any excess tension. So one last time, breathing in. And feel for the change. And come back to center. Okay. The way we learn in here is through repetition as well. As we repeat the movements, they become ingrained in our musculature. So that's one way of learning. You learn through your body. They also become more ingrained mentally as well in our mind. So there are really, we're learning on two different levels. So let's go ahead and let's do that 6 animal frolic one more time, because each time we do it, we're a little bit looser, a little bit softer, and a little bit more focused. So showing the continuity of the movement, it's like one long movement from beginning to end, the same pace throughout, staying connected, all right? Just riding the energy. So standing comfortably, crown, feet, knees, arms, tip of the coccyx, deep breath. And sinking into the legs to transfer the weight, to separate. Let's do it again. Rolling forward. Opening up the chest, relaxing the shoulders, looking out. We become the deer. Sinking down, spine twisting. Breathing. Feet remain forward. It's the inside that yields. It's the inside that gives. and back to center. And arms float up to float forward. And stretch out and breathe. Relax the shoulders, relax the upper back like we're scratching down a wall. Tiger stalks its prey. Push down, torso home. Crane. Arms extended, moving through water, as if we're in a big vat of salt water. Riding the energy, just following, staying connected. Mind is not in front of body, body is not in front of mind. Breathing. The bear. Palms turn out to relax the shoulders. The phoenix. Never dropping the energy, never dropping the baby. Float up. Feel for balance. To close. And standing comfortably, cultivate the energy. Using our inner focus. And float down. Okay, so we've done a Qigong form, so let's follow that with what's considered a Tai Chi movement. And again, the difference between Tai Chi and Qigong is the martial application. But at the basis, they both do the same, the formal Tai Chi forms as well as the shorter Qigong forms. The benefit in both is to generate and move the energy. So let's go ahead and we're going to stand comfortably. This is a 4-point Tai Chi movement, and I will talk about each posture. So standing comfortably, crown towards the heaven, knees soft, release the tension from the lower back, feet open, arms loose, and take the deep cleansing breath. And exhaling, sink into the legs to transfer the weight, to separate the feet. And as we shift this time, arms float up to hold the soap bubble. We're going to transfer the weight to free, to root. And as we shift, we're going to block or ward off. Again, show the continuity. Everything is a circle. We're going to roll back, torso turning. Hands reposition, pushing into the back foot to create momentum as we circle forward to press our opponent away. And sit back, loose to the fingertips. Our opponent pushes against us. We bear the weight, but don't fall. And final push. So let's just ride the energy. Breathing. We remove the hand that grabs our wrist. We sit back and final push, pushing into the earth to create the momentum like the skater, pushing off. Always breathing. Loose, sitting back, sinking down. Not overextending, not underextending. Elbow down, shoulder relaxed, spine turning. And this time, as we apply final push, let the momentum bring us forward. We're going to step up to root, other leg, roll, back foot turns so that you protect the knee. We're going to sit back and we're going to hold the soap bubble between the palms, other side, and ward off. One long movement. Don't overextend, crown to the heavens. Sit back, it's the inside that gives. Breathing. Noticing where the mind is. And let this be our final push. And as we apply our final push, let the momentum bring us forward to step up, to float down, and back to center. And just take a few seconds, standing comfortably, feet open, tip of the coccyx tucked, knees soft, crown. And just cultivate the energy. Enjoy the feeling. Now, the monkey mind always has a hard time being still, but throughout our exercise, we give the mind a place to rest, and that's simply on the feeling and the movement. So even when the mind goes elsewhere, we want to just bring it back. But more and more, we're aware of where the mind is. Now monitor your body to see if you've gone back to old habits of holding tension by clamping the jaw or jutting the chin or angling the neck or shoulders hunched or holding tightness in the abdomen or lower back. And if you are still holding tension, just go ahead and take a nice deep cleansing breath into that area, body expanding. And as you exhale, intentionally release any discomfort. And do that as many times as you need to release the discomfort. Relaxing the breathe in and being very intentional as you breathe out. And as you breathe out, sink down. Okay, well, that concludes our session for today. I hope it served you in some way. Maybe you had a very vigorous beginning of your day, so I hope it has helped you slow down a little bit and regroup. Maybe you still have quite a bit of your day to complete, so I hope you're energized. So once we bring the energy to the surface, we want to seal it in the body before we continue out into the world. So stand comfortably, and we're going to bring the energy to the palms. And we're going to relax the hips, the lower back, as we generate the energy in the palm. And then we're going to take the palms facing the face, and we're going to wash the face with this energy, touching or not touching. We're going to sense and feel the radiation of the energy from the palms, one of the areas of the body that radiates energy very readily. Washing the face. Relax that lower back. And placing the 3 fingers at the temple, we're going to massage as we breathe. First in one direction, and then in the other. A very important acupressure point at the temples. Placing the fingers on each side of the nose at the point where the nose projects from the skull, down one side, up the other, creating a little pressure. This is for the sinus as we breathe. And using the fleshy tips of the finger as we relax our jaw completely slack, we're going to massage the muscles around the mouth and up the jaw, bouncing off of them. Using the thumb and the index, we're going to tug and massage the earlobes from top to bottom. There are many nerve endings from the organs and systems that end in the ear. On the outside, we're going to take the middle finger and very carefully massage all the nooks and crannies inside the ear, again to stimulate the nerve endings. Thumb at the base of the ear, we're going to push from bottom to top, the crease behind the ear. As we breathe, always notice when you begin to hold your breath, the body will tighten. Okay, and standing comfortably, we're going to let the energy rise. And we're going to come to the shoulders and seal it in the arms. We're going to make the lotus and let the lotus float up, to float behind the head, down the neck, over the shoulders, palms flat on the back, down the back of the legs, around the shoes. And we're going to do this 3 times using our internal focus as we breathe, sealing in the energy. Staying connected to your body. And one last time. Bathing the body in the energy. Let's go ahead. And coming back, we're going to start with the small circle as we breathe, letting that small circle gradually expand. And letting that big circle gradually contract as we breathe. And back to center, and feeding the energy into the dantian as we stand comfortably, knees soft, feet open, crown towards the heaven, and breathing, focusing on the feeling. And arms float down. So let's let them float up. What floats down must float up. And we're going to bring the energy to the palms. And push down. Sinking down, palms towards the heaven. Stomach soft and moving as you breathe. And shift the weight. And as always, I salute you for being a part of CEP Live Tai Chi. I'm Tina Rashid, and it's always my pleasure